Hello and welcome to this week's Bible in the News. Ever since the Abraham Accords were originally announced in the summer of 2020, when the UAE and Bahrain made peace and recognised Israel, there has been a trickle of rumours regarding the possibility of Saudi Arabia, the spiritual and religious heart of the Muslim faith, doing the same and making peace and beginning relations with the Jewish state. Over the last few weeks, this trickle of rumours has become a torrent, with leaders of the two countries openly talking about the fact and acknowledging that talks are ongoing. Back in 1967, in the aftermath of the Six-Day War, Arab leaders met at Khartoum and agreed a stance against Israel known as the Three No's, being no recognition of Israel, no negotiation with Israel, and no peace with Israel. This stood for many years, with Egypt actually being thrust out of the Arab League when it emerged that they were just in negotiations with Israel, before these negotiations even led to the Camp David Agreement in 1979. Saudi Arabia led what was called the Arab Peace Initiative in 2003, when Saudi Arabia made a number of demands as preconditions for negotiations with Israel, which included a Palestinian state in the entire West Bank, including Jerusalem and Gaza, Israel withdrawing from the Golan Heights, and a just solution, quote, to the Palestinian refugee problem. This is a stance they regularly reaffirmed until only a few years ago. In an interview with Fox News, Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince and de facto ruler of Saudi Arabia, openly discussed the ongoing negotiations with Israel, publicly acknowledging that Saudi Arabia had moved from its original position and had already disregarded one of the Three No's from Khartoum, negotiating with Israel. When pressed on how far they were from an agreement, they would push aside the other two of the Three No's, as in to recognise and make peace with Israel. He said, "We get closer every day. It is clear these negotiations are serious and an announcement could come at any time." Benjamin Netanyahu spoke at the UN only a few days ago, referencing the blessings and cursings given to Israel by Joshua, comparing peace within the Middle East as a blessing and the nuclear threat from Iran as a curse. He went as far as saying that they were on the cusp of a Saudi peace deal, saying the deal would create a new Middle East. Netanyahu declared his desire for peace with the Palestinians, but said they had been for too long given the veto against Arab-Israeli peace. To Bible believers, the developments we have seen over the last few weeks are of great interest, as we read of Israel living in peace at the time of Christ's return. In Ezekiel 38, verse 8, we read, "After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into a land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people, against the mountains of Israel, which have always been waste. But it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. And it is at this time when Gog invades the land." We read, "And it shall come to pass at the same time when Gog shall come against the land of Israel, saith the Lord Yahweh, that my fury shall come up in my face. For in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath have I spoken. Surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel." And so we see that these things herald the time of the Lord Jesus' return, when there will be true peace in the land, not a false peace to be shattered by an invasion, but Israel and the whole world will be in true peace. And so let us continue to pray for the peace of Jerusalem, the swift return of the Lord Jesus, when those who sleep in the dust of the earth will arise, and the wise will shine with the brightness of the firmament. This has been Paul Barnes joining you for this week's Bible in the News.